anything from this man.
I mean, he went and got the tan. His skin looks like it's just bad. I mean, that's the ugliest shirt I've ever seen in my
I
life.
don't think he got a tan. This may be his natural color.
It looks kind of peachy.
Eh, I think
I
that's
He
mean,
looks
just
like
part
a
of his
bum
skin.
with sunglasses.
maybe that's his old wrinkly skin. I don't know what it
He
is.
is old. He's in his 50s.
He is. And exactly that's what he was talking about because he was using all those 50-year-old jokes that you probably can't say now without getting canceled unless you're The Rock. Everybody, welcome to the Sharpshooters
I don't think
podcast.
he said
I'm
anything
Aaron.
cancelable.
I love Manny Hayes.
And I'm Marcus, the grand finale.
And we promise not to go over like The Rock. We're going to get in and get out so Marcus
There
can do
goes
some
the
stuff.
rant.
I mean,
You
I'm
on a
just saying.
rant.
Marcus, first and foremost, let me tell you.
You on
The
a
Rock,
warpath.
The Rock, he just, it was like, it was a ramble, and I was like, what is the payoff? I don't care. I mean, like, just get me to the point where he acknowledged Roman Reigns as the tribal chief. That's all I needed. I didn't need him letting me know that Glendale, Arizona, or Phoenix may have been the capital for meth and coke crack users.
Arizona.
You can't go around calling people crackheads anymore. It's not right.
You
It just ain't
can.
right. No.
It's still not taboo to call people crackheads and meth addicts, and you can still do that.
No, you're not. No, you're not supposed
You know,
to.
my favorite parts of his promo is clearly where he kind of forgot where he was going. So he'd almost he'd go, Cody, you think you're tough? And then restart whatever he was about to say.
He did that.
Like a true old
Several
man.
times.
I think my favorite part of the promo had to be Solo trying to stay in character, although The Rock was really fucking with him because he said Solo singing the national anthem. I think everybody was like, "Yeah, we want that." And he was like,
I want Solo to get a solo.
And he was
Solo
like,
to get a solo.
he got a good voice. And then you see Jimmy over there, like, yeah. And I'm like,
Jimmy tried to go for the hand slap again and rejected it.
Always.
I knew exactly when Solo did this. That's what him trying to wipe away whatever emotion he had from laughing at that point. So Marcus,
we're talking about the
ahead.
beginning of SmackDown.
Yeah.
The Rock and the Roman and them making an entrance. How dare you criticize The Rock for going long when Roman takes his entrance as long as anybody in the planet? And hold on. He comes out there and says, acknowledge me 3 times, only for us to go to a commercial break to come in to The Rock's entrance, who decides to take another 5 minutes of entrance. These men do not give a fuck about nobody's time whatsoever.
Mark, incorrect. Roman came out to the ring. He had something to say. However, the Arizonians did not cooperate and did not give him the proper acknowledgement, so he was going to go home. Until the wise man told him that his cousin, The Rock, had to make an appearance. Manny, have you ever been in that situation? I felt Roman was right. They did not respect him the way he should have been respected, and he had to walk away. But he couldn't walk away.
To be fair, the underworld heavyweight champion, The Rock is a nobody at this point.
Exactly.
I am going home.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm going home. The Rock has accomplished nothing in comparison to what I have Roman Reigns.
What? Wait a minute.
I beat records.
Wait a minute. Hold up here. You're saying Dwayne The Rock Johnson has accomplished nothing compared to Roman Reigns?
Yes. And the WWE universe, yes, Marcus. He's the recognized champion. He is the breadwinner. He is the tribal chief, Marcus. I understood every ounce of frustration that Roman had dealing with this situation. It made no sense. Why didn't Rock come out first and then he came out? Like he just overshadowed The Rock in this situation. First of all, you got people on Monday Night Raw talking about him. It's like everybody's taking shots at the tribal chief when he's just trying to do the best he can to put butts in the seat and put food on the table. He is providing for us.
Yeah, but I would like to say the good people of Glendale, Arizona were not there to see Roman Reigns. Yes, so most of them may have been, but they ain't doing SmackDown, quote unquote, sold out unless The Rock is showing up with these confirmed dates.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Manny, I'm glad we're in agreement. I don't know why Mark is out here defending The Rock. So Mark,
I'm just saying.
I'm not defending The Rock. He's also defending Meth Head Mary.
I know Meth Head Mary. I mean,
Meth Head Mary out there going. I'm catching strays. I'm catching strays for no reason.
Well, I mean, then also he pointed out that Glendale and Phoenix was only 10 miles apart. I'm like, why do we need to have the geography lesson of Arizona? I didn't need that in my life. But Mark, I take it that you
gave the
enjoyed
stats
this
of
segment.
Phoenix. He gave the stats of Phoenix. No, I haven't even been able to talk about this. I'm defending little things that you're criticizing about this segment. Just the little things. I, on the other hand, will also say they went way too long for basically one sentence of basically maybe 10 minutes of TV. They stretched our 10 minutes of Bloodline into about 40-something minutes because the main points of this was tag match and Roman Reigns cutting the Rock off so he can acknowledge the tribal chief.
So if you think about it already, so the Rock has used 30 minutes of TV time, which is about 45 minutes in regular time. Yes. And then he's also put a 21-minute promo on socials earlier in the day. That's too much Rock.
He has that?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
But I'll tell you this:
too much Rock.
The beginning of SmackDown felt like watching Dynamite with no payoff. I was like, "What are we doing here? This is not accomplishing anything."
See that's why I disagree. That's why I disagree with you on that one. I feel like they told their story. I felt like there are moments of this that are compelling, but it was a bit long. In which they were telling the story. Like when you get to the end, a simple thing of when he just goes finally to Rock and Roman puts his hand right there. Immediately that had everybody's attention of, oh, the tension. I can't wait to see these guys break up to plant the seeds of Roman and Rock. And I felt like that's what all we're doing with either this and this tag match and everything that's going on in WrestleMania. And I thought that was well done, other than the length of the time to get there.
I will say, you know what, my AEW shot might have been unnecessary because I forgot they did accomplish something. They did announce that they're going to try to have a tag match on night one, showing that. Well, I mean, because Cody and Seth have not accepted, Marcus. They are invited to show up next week on SmackDown. You know, Cody's out there killing security guards, Marcus. I saw what you was talking about, Marcus. I went back and saw the footage.
That's not security guards, Eric. It was suspended NYPD officers.
On this.
Suspended NYPD officers, Eric.
Started on this. This is
paid for by the founder of Terramana, Zola, the founder of the USFL, one of the board members of the WWE. There is nothing but scandal that is going on here. And I'm sick of these billionaires thinking they can do whatever they want. You cannot hire suspended NYPD officers to do your bidding. You can't fly them out to jump an innocent Latino man. Okay? You cannot do that. It's corruption at the highest order. And I demand to know what these men.
Okay, so Manny, I had to mute Marcus because you know, I didn't know he was gonna do this situation because he had called me on the day asking me, "Hey, did you see that segment?" I was like, "I don't remember much about it," and I didn't know he was read by suspended New York NYPD. I didn't know that was your gripe. How is
that not the gripe of the world right now?
It is professional wrestling.
Eric, imagine this. Imagine this.
See, Eric, why did you even bring it up?
Yeah, you should have brought this up. I wasn't even thinking about this, but I actually stopped for a minute because it was driving me crazy. It was driving me crazy on this conspiracy. But Eric, imagine you at any event. Let's say you went to go see Dude, and all of a sudden suspended NYPD officers came and jumped you at the order of, I don't know, one of your arch rivals or Ryan or something. Eric, do you think that would be a news story across all the world? But no, it is nowhere. It's being covered up.
Well, The Rock got clout, man.
Ridiculous.
Suspended officers got to make money too, man. They
do.
They build some stuff because they suspended.
If you're a suspended police officer, more likely you are going to jail.
No, most suspended officers are suspended with pay, just to let you know that.
I know. So that's why I'm even wondering more why they were there. They were doing it for the clout. They're doing it for the gram.
Eric, don't add anything. He has an answer for it all.
I just realized I don't want to talk about this no more.
That's the reason there was no ETE this week. He was out there investigating.
It's full investigation. Full investigation.
So Manny, what do you feel about Grayson Waller and Austin Theory not having any situation awareness? Because they're in the locker room, and you know the locker room, based on the cameras, there's multiple doors where someone can come in from this way but exit that way. And they're watching the video of Randy Orton getting knocked out, and then they don't realize that Randy walked in. And then next thing you know, Austin Theory is in the match. Are we going to end up getting a Grayson Waller versus Theory match? Because Waller's really fucking over Theory in this situation.
Well, the reports are that they're put together so that those two can rise in stock. So I don't think they're going to be fighting anytime soon, but I would assume that somewhere down the pipeline, that is the plan.
And Marcus, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What's the question you're going to ask?
I was going to ask you, on top of that, Randy Orton deserves an award because we all thought he was hurt when we were watching that damn Elimination Chamber, but apparently he was just selling the fuck out of his back.
Yeah, him and Michael Cole sold the hell out of that and turned everybody in the world, I think, to a mark. Not just myself. I feel like I'm not the only one that felt like he was oversold. I thought it was over. I thought it was all over. I thought he was done. But on a side note, I would like to add the NYP. No. The Austin. This is why AEW has WWE beat right here in this one segment right here. This segment right here is why AEW has WWE beat. They have them beat on this level. They have separate locker rooms, heel and faces. Randy Orton should not be in the same locker room with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Otherwise, you will get trouble and more trouble. You see it happen in NXT locker rooms, and now you see it on the main roster where Randy Orton should not be able to walk in the background. They thought they were in secure location, and they can talk shit about babyface.
So, Mark, can I ask you a question? What do you feel? Because it also was a little side piece in that segment where LA Knight was walking by with a chair looking for AJ Styles. How do you feel that no one told LA Knight that AJ Styles had the night off? Like, no one told him.
Well, everyone's a bit busy because the opening segment ran over.
Like, LA Knight's just running around with his chair. And again, like you said, no one. I believe people told him. But, you know, that's what I bet you he show up. He wasn't supposed to be at the Elimination Chamber. I am happy that LA Knight wasted a plane ticket to Arizona just to, be like, oh,
well, if he lives in LA, Marcus, he just drove over, man. It ain't that long of a drive. So, you know.
Yeah, but you act like he's coming from LA. You don't know what show they came from.
So, you know, a little bit of controversy because of The Rock going long. We didn't get to feel the glow of Naomi's entrance. Only the people in Arizona got to feel the glow because when we came back, Naomi was in the ring already, and then Tiffy was coming out to the ring. So they got bumped a little bit. I thought they overall had a decent match, and I thought the right person won. I thought Naomi had a good showing at the same time. Manny, what were your overall opinion of this match?
I mean, it was a good match, but a lot of it is being brushed under the rug because everyone's talking about, oh, Naomi's being jobbed out because she didn't have an entrance. She had a jobber entrance and she was in the ring when the match started and everything. And also people are talking about Naomi losing a lot already. But, like, she's lost one match, realistically. She lost the Royal Rumble, sure. And she lost the Elimination Chamber. But those are multi-person matches where we knew the winner, who the winner was going to be in those matches. So, like, technically Naomi is one win, one loss in singles competition. I don't see the massive point of making a big deal of it. And I don't think Naomi is at that stature where she's that big that she can't lose. Yeah. There's certain people on the roster where you look at them and you go, you know what, they can't lose. They need to continue winning.
So you feel like a Naomi win or loss, people are to still feel the glow because she's like,
yeah, because she's established.
Yeah,
there's certain people that are established that it doesn't matter if they win or lose. When you see Randy Orton, if he takes an L, I don't care.
That's true. It's kind of like Bayley. Mark, would you agree with that?
I was gonna say it's so you're calling her Natty.
Yeah, but I've said that in the past. I said that in the past that she's Black Natty. She'll give you a good match. She'll get the other person over. Is she that main event here? I don't think she is, but she's still a credible wrestler and got a great following. Always gets a reaction, no matter what she does.
So when we get to this, and this is, I believe the first match of the night, right?
First match of the night.
Yeah. This is like in the next hour or whatever.
41 minutes with the Rocket in, man. 41 minutes.
I am extending the time to, this is more bloodline business due to Jimmy's wife being on the show for the next 30 minutes. Or 15 minutes. I have no problem with what happened here. I think that, you know, if you are going to establish Tiffany Stratton as a big deal, or if she's going to fight the rumored Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. She needs to beat people on the main roster with quote-unquote credibility, and Naomi fits that bill. The roster's thin with women right now because I believe Shotzi's injured, and then the rest of them don't matter, I think, on the show. So I'm okay with this loss. I didn't think anything of it. Honestly, I didn't know there was a controversy behind it. Other than that, she's waiting in the ring. I was like, she's waiting in the ring. I thought that it did seem a little soon. It did seem a little soon that she just came back and that she's already waiting in the ring. But I don't consider her, like you guys said earlier, to be in the main event picture. She's not the Bianca, a Rhea, a Becky, or a Bailey, or I'm thinking of Charlotte or whoever.
Jade hasn't even really started. I don't think she's even on Jade's
I think
level.
what happened in this situation, I say that like in so many ways, Trinity went off, left WWE on her own terms, kind of like a Cody situation, went out and established herself in another company, became the champion of that company, improved as a performer. And I think that a lot of people expected her to come back and get the Cody treatment. I agree with you guys. I don't think Naomi's at that level. Naomi is not somebody that I'll tune in each week to say, I hope she wins the championship. It's not that point. But at the same time, I can see like the frustration leading up to where now maybe she can make that bloodline family tree come true because she's part of the bloodline, because they do need a female member eventually because they want it all. They do. Marcus, your hand went up.
Ava runs NXT.
Mark, fuck that.
Okay,
she go, man, Marcus.
Nia Jax is also.
If you want to talk about NYPD, I will talk about Ava, Marcus, and that won't be a good thing. She should not be on anybody's payroll, Marcus. She makes every fucking segment on NXT awkward. She has no charisma because her daddy took it off.
Okay. Oh my God.
Shit.
I'm talking about real crimes, damn it. I don't like that. Yeah, you went on the floor. I didn't realize that Ava thing was going to escalate to it. It just boiled over. But
hold on. You want to do a video of those 3 NYPD men if they actually make it into wrestling. So don't even start, Marcus.
Man, what that was is Marcus wanted to find a way to mute me. That's all it was. He wanted payback for being muted.
No, you went out of control. You went on a full Ava rant in a SmackDown report.
Well, I will point out that SmackDown
it had nothing to do with Ava.
SmackDown.
You brought her up and then you tried to kill her.
I'm trying to move on. SmackDown took a page out of Dynamite's playbook a couple of weeks ago where they had back-to-back women's matches because we had a tag match of the Kabuki Warriors going against Bailey and Dakota Kai. We got a good package showing how Bailey had to learn to trust Dakota Kai. But Marcus, at the end of the day, Dakota Kai jumped off the apron, one of the best turns in the game when you jump off the apron and your tag team partner, and then Bailey got her buns beat. How did you feel about this match?
I had multiple emotions on this. Other than that, if I'm Bailey and I saw that video package before my match, I'm like, this bitch gonna jump off the apron. Like, everything about that looked like suspicious behavior. And I'm also proud of Dakota Kai for jumping off the apron and not getting injured. Because I was worried when she jumped that something could have tweaked and it would have been in. And you know what? That's being swept on the rug. Dakota Kai made her in-ring return technically this week. She's been out for years.
I thought she was going to get herself injured when they threw Bailey into her and she jumped off the apron the first time.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't land that. She didn't land properly on that.
The only thing that disappointed me about this entire situation is that, like, when they were all jumping on Bailey outside the ring, I was like, well, technically the referee can't disqualify her for beating up her own partner. So, I mean, the Kabuki Warriors might as well get this win, get a loss on Bailey. But no one cared about a win or a loss in this situation. They just let it go. I would have pinned her at least. I would have got my win. Get myself to the pay window.
Why does Asuka and Kyrie need this money?
Why not? Like, everybody need money.
But Bailey should have saw this coming, and I'm assuming she's going to get her girls. She's going to go get the black girls to fight the Kabuki Warriors. As in, I'm assuming Bianca and Jade, and even Naomi? I don't have an interest, Naomi.
I can see
Bianca has no reason to help Bailey.
Can we
after everything Bailey's put Bianca through?
Manny,
Bianca has no reason to help Bailey.
She has a reason because she can relate to her. Because now Bailey is on her own against the wall.
Hold on. Can we talk about no reasons? Because I did not know I was going to tune into Friday Night SmackDown and have 2 NXT debuts without announcement. Braun Breaker debuted.
Braun Breaker debuted last week.
Oh, well, he debuted again. Well, I guess it was only one because Zion Quinn showed up. And yeah.
What? You could have said the same thing last year with Dante Finn was on the show.
Yeah. Zion Quinn came up. He was shaved. He looked like he was Tama Tonga. I was like, oh, there's Tama Tonga in the ring. But no, that was Zion Quinn. Got his ass kicked real quick. Manny, how do you feel about in NXT? He's part of Wolf Dogs. Then on SmackDown, he's Braun Breaker.
I have a problem with the fact that they completely just disengaged the fact that he's one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, not coming out with that tag belt. I don't think it even got referenced when he came out.
You want to know why? You want to know why you do this? You want to know why? You're trying to make Braun Breaker look strong. You know what makes him look weak? Those tag team titles. You want to know why it makes him look weak? Because he's going to lose them and Stand and Deliver. There's no way they're retaining that. The man's on the main roster. He's moving on to bigger and better things. He's not hanging around the minor leagues anymore. So by acknowledging he's a tag team champion on SmackDown, you're going to have to say, oh, yeah, he's going to defend his tag team titles where you see he's going to lose, even though Baron Corbin will probably be the one to eat the pin.
Then we had the Battle of the Latin Gangs. We had Santos going against Carlito in a street fight. All hell broke loose just so Rey Mysterio can come back. I don't really need Rey Mysterio in this situation. Marcus, what did you feel about this?
He started it. He had to come back and do something. I was shocked he was back so early. It seemed like Rey's career was over the way they kept showing pictures of him being crippled and hobbled in places. I thought it was all right. I didn't really like I thought the street fight was it didn't help. It was just a prolonged street fight, whatever. It was like, oh, this is just gonna be a 6-person tag. But that probably
this
all
could be
due
an email.
That's probably all due to The Rock going long and they lost a lot of time in their match. It was like, everybody just run out right now. The match barely started. It was like, everybody run out in this fight.
Manny, what about you? Did you even care about this match?
No, but I knew the moment he came out in crutches, I was like, ain't no way he's wearing that tighter trousers and he's still claiming that he's injured. If you're injured, you ain't putting on trousers that tight.
I'm going to tell you this. Wait a minute, Manny. You may not have believed him, and I'm calling you a racist right now. You didn't believe him, but I bet you believed Hangman Page out there. And he wore the equally same tight pants.
Why are you trying to have me get the mute button hit on me again? I don't want to talk about that segment that just wasted my goddamn time. I'm going to stay focused on SmackDown. Go stay focused. Stay focused.
I just want to say, I never for a second thought Rey Mysterio was injured when he came out. I was like, oh, he's back. And then when he came out on the crutches, I was like, he's gonna fake it. Why is he faking this?
I want to give credit to somebody. I think Io Sky has some of the best reactions in the game. Manny, your boy Nick Aldis is at it again. He's trying to sign another big time player to his roster.
He's been trying to sign up for weeks.
I know, but I don't know
why Jay's holding him up.
But clearly Adam ain't doing it. But the look that Io gave to Jay, I was like, yeah, that's hilarious. She gonna whoop your ass. I mean, she looks impressive. I just hope that she's gotten better in the ring.
I think it was a smart move to take their time with her. Yeah, to take their time with her. They're going to save her probably for a big event. I'm assuming because, put black people together. Her and Bianca are going after the Kabuki Warriors at Mania. I'm assuming. Okay.
I think I'll be okay.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good match.
So, let me get to my next rant. I do not like Happy Randy Orton. I think this is ridiculous. I want evil Randy Orton. And then also, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens being paired together is probably the most treacherous duo ever because they turn on everybody who they deal with. I just don't understand.
It makes it more fun. Who's going to turn on who?
They're pieces of shit.
They are pieces of shit. Seeing Kevin clap his hands, I'm like, Kevin, you just going to team up with him so you can turn on him first. Y'all don't like, y'all despicable. Happy Randy gets on my nerves. I want evil Randy. Give me evil Randy.
I second that, but I also would like to agree that Kevin Owens' commentary was funny to me. Just seeing her bounce him on the table. Bounce him on the table right now. Look out. Throw on the table. This is excitement. He's like, oh my God, you see him bounce. Like he was reacting the way I think fans react every time they see a table in any wrestling show. Oh, get the tables? All right, here we go. Although I would like to say minimum tables this week in wrestling. Minimum. I don't think every show had a table. Most shows had.
Well, the Don got put through one.
No,
yeah, but mostly every show uses a table of some kind. But
I thought they used a table to street fight.
In fact, they did.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Yeah.
They overused it on WWE. AEW didn't use a table this week.
They probably couldn't afford it.
They can afford. What do you mean? What slander you put? They got more money than you can imagine.
Hey, why are you hating today? What's happening? What's happening with you this week?
Man, Dynamite hurt my feelings, man. I'm not even there yet, but they hurt my feelings this week. I don't even know what I tune in to watch on Dynamite.
We concluded SmackDown already, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
don't know how we're not. We can go into how Dynamite hurt your feelings now if you want, because you said we're not there yet.
I haven't heard Manny's opinion about the final match of SmackDown.
I mean, it was there, Eric. It was there.
Did you like SmackDown, Manny?
I thought SmackDown was good. It's just too much Rock this week. Like I don't need that. I didn't need the 21 minutes he also put on social media, which I thought was it was funny in parts, but like I don't need a Rock doing a clips episode and then seemingly getting out of breath talking for 21 minutes.
So here's where I'm going to agree, but also disagree with you guys. I am on your side that it was too much Rock and they had way too much of a segment with the Bloodline. However, here's where I'm going to disagree with you. If I have The Rock, I'm just going to throw, and he's willing to stay on my TV, and that's going to equal more ratings and business for me. By all means, Dwayne, go ahead and stay on TV, because I believe that's what's going to keep the ass of the season. I believe they probably did a good ass rating for him just being out there for 1 hour and Roman and them. Like it was like that was the show. That was the show. They were like, oh, this is what I paid to see. Instead of getting some random match involving the New Catch Crew or whatever, or other stuff, or lengthier matches of these feuds that have been going on, The Rock is the bigger draw than all these people. Whether it's Naomi's entrance or the street fight, people would tune in to see The Rock. And that's what they got. They got a full Rock show. It was a Rock-centric show. It was basically Sunday Night Heat and with a pre-show of The Rock.
But I also think it proves that they want to see The Rock, because those shows in SmackDown have been sold out, and people are going to see this nonsense to be called whatever your town is known for. I mean, in Utah, they talked about inbred and incest, and now, and apparently in Arizona, it's drugs. So
yeah, but if you pay to see, if you expect this from The Rock, right? Like you expect from Rock and MJF, Hill MJF. I don't know what the hell before he left. But they're going to run down your city, and you pay for that. You pay for the insults to see, oh, what's he going to say about my city today?
I just feel like the crowd was extremely bipolar, because it was like one point they're booing, and next minute they're cheering. I'm like, man, make up your mind. You're going to even boo this man. You're not going to, like, it's kind of hard when you say, you go boo me, and when you hear the crowd cheer, it's like, man, fuck out of here with this.
Those people, these people paid to see The Rock. They're not there. They're there to boo him in character, but they're also there for The Rock, for his insults and whatever he's gonna say about them. I think they're happy to be proud. They're proud to be crackhead Mary or whatever the hell they were being called, crackheads and cocaine addicts and stuff. They were happy. It was like, yeah, he did it. He made fun of our town.
Levi, I know you said, let's face it, wrestling sucks as a whole right now. Going to Raw convinced me of this. I don't think wrestling sucks as a whole. I mean,
AEW
I think AEW might be.
Hold on.
What? I mean, me and Manny, we're not attacking AEW, but AEW.
No. I wasn't defending AEW.
Oh. It seemed like you were. Are you going back to talk about the cops again?
No, I was gonna say I don't think wrestling sucks right now. I think this is a really good time for wrestling. I think this is fun. I think everybody's on fire in all
AEW is the one that AEW aren't having a good time right now. A lot of injuries going on in their place, and then now there's people talking about if Tony comes to you with an idea and you go, oh, I don't want to do that, Tony normally backs down. That just seems like it's not a great place over in AEW.
But even in the bad time of AEW, I still like, there's some stuff in there that I go like, you know what, I enjoyed that. Whether you like it or not, I still enjoy certain things about that.
Wasn't
Atlantis Jr.
That was.
Oh. Yes, shut up.
I mean, I thought I remember when AEW started, and even when Cody was there, I remember one of the things that they said that was good about AEW was that the wrestlers had creative control. And I was like, that's a bad thing. You can't have people go around and say, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. Because at that point, then they're going to only want to do whatever they want to do. And it doesn't work that way. Since you brought it up, no, if there was anything that needed to be cut, I mean, if AEW could have donated some time to WWE so Naomi could have got her full interest, please cut that Jericho and Junior match. I didn't need that in my life. I didn't at all.
I have ranted already about Atlantis Jr. multiple times as being the worst wrestler and a Nepo champion for whatever title he has in CMLL.
Not big as the Nepo GM at NXT.
All right, Eric, let it go.
Yeah. Let it go. Let it go. I mean, we can talk about Nepos or how we want, but I'm just saying that this kid should not be champion. He reminds me of very early Dominic Mysterio when clearly you're not ready, but you're on TV. And whatever was going on in this match, it didn't make sense, and I hated everything about it. And I just want to restate that.
So I didn't get a chance to hear what you guys said about this, but I only have one question about the opening segment of Dynamite. Was that an attempt to have Swerve turn face? I was very confused about what he was saying in that situation because I was like,
Swerve is a face.
Is he officially a face now? Because at one point he was a bad guy.
No, I don't know. He was teaming with the Heels last week in the tag match. So I don't know. Oh, you guys both got this thing. Talking about Swerve. Oh, I don't know where anybody is in this game. I don't even know where Hangman is. Well, I'm supposed to cheer that he tricked Swerve? Because Swerve immediately says, yeah, you know, I'm a despicable person. I'm breaking the house. I threaten your kids and all that. I go, that doesn't make you a good guy at all.
I just think that the issue that I had with that entire segment is that we are known that Tony makes everything official, and he usually makes shit official within a couple of minutes of people making challenges and stuff like that. So if this match had became a one-on-one match between Samoa Joe and Swerve Strickland, the announcement would have been made before Hangman even came out with the injury. So like the whole smoke and mirrors just made absolutely no sense to me. I was just
it's the point Marcus made on Thursday is, what if Swerve or Samoa Joe never decided to come out?
Yeah.
There would be no Swerve at the end of the match.
It would have made no sense. It would have been like, oh, okay. That's what would have happened. Like, logic escapes people in wrestling. Again, Rey Mysterio, would you have returned this week if Santos decided to fight, who's he? I don't know why I'm blanking out. And Carlito straight up.
Another thing
does Rey Mysterio decide to be like, I'm gonna hobble around and fake this injury for weeks until you need me to make the save? Or when? How long is this gonna go?
The next match,
I don't know. Both men faked it.
I guess I was happy that AEW tried to give me a little bit of backstory of what's been going on with Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson because they ain't been on Dynamite in a long time. But at the same time,
it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough.
I mean, but at the same time, all of a sudden I have these guys show back up in a 6-man tag with people who haven't been on Dynamite in months. And I'm just like, okay, was it a bad match? No, but it was still like, I was like, all right, you know, what we doing here? You know, Renee's chance got me.
No, I didn't say this on the show, but Renee Young had the worst outfit I've ever seen anybody wear in the history of time. I mean, it looked like she was auditioning to be a jester on the cards, on the Jack of Spades, or maybe the Joker on a playing card. I don't know what she was going for.
It felt like the blouse didn't match the trousers. It looked like she was ready to go for a wrestling match and also go to have a Teams interview where just only your top part is up. I don't know what that was.
She was gonna stand in a window of a mosaic at a church. I thought that's what her outfit looked like. So anyway, but this is Compact Club and Bryan Danielson stuff. I mean, Revolution is this Sunday.
Yeah, and they let me know we're gonna talk about it a little bit because there's only one thing I want to talk about Revolution because they let us know that Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston are fighting for the championship that Eddie Kingston have, and I was like, oh. Okay, so he's taking a break from beating up Japanese people to go fight somebody. Okay.
Well, he's been fighting these Japanese. He fought the Japanese man, Eric, to beat up Eddie Kingston's hero. I understand what he's going for, but it's still not related to me. They could have built this up to Eddie talking high of Akiyama or whoever for weeks to talk about it's my guy and all that. I'm sure they did somewhere. And then Bryan Danielson's like, well, I'm going to fuck his shit up for life. I'm going to injure him. I'm going to maim him. And again, I don't understand why Bryan Danielson's a heel. No one's booing that man.
The whole segment with Ospreay made no sense to me.
Came out loud.
I did.
Yeah, but it's fine. I don't know what happened. It just was all of a sudden. Whatever.
JK Switch says, good morning, evening. Foxtrot Hulk Hogan, free Justin Fields from the Bears, and nice to see the Lakers get that last win against the Clippers while they share the same building.
That's fine.
I told Marcus I wasn't going to talk about that type of stuff.
That's fine. History doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that. I had no defense. Earned the shade. I had nowhere to go. Okay. I realized that when I said history doesn't matter. And I was like, where am I going with this?
I guess. So I have a question for you guys. Sting coming down from the ceiling. Would you have saved that for the pay-per-view? I think I would have saved it for the pay-per-view.
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't have, but I would have also shot this better because it was like, why am I seeing this all the way from the top of the ramp?
You got to see Darby wake up from his coma to unhook Sting to go back and lay on the steps.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah. Oh. I thought the shots, if this was in WWE or even WCW, the shot angles would have been better. Although I still thought it was cool seeing Sting come for the Raptors one last time. I thought we should have saw him in the Raptors first. When there was a tape video of him in the Raptors, of him just being there, and then you cut to him dropping. I thought that would have worked. But overall, I was fine with it, other than the fact that it made no sense that he could have been a pinata if he would have came down at any point. The Bucks could have just been like, yeah. If they never decided to go to that ramp, Sting would have had to jump into the ring and would have just been a hanging there pinata as they beat him with these aluminum bats. I'm just saying. But on the side note, I thought as a plan, this was one of the most ineffective plans of all time. I mean, I don't understand Ric Flair's bidding and all of this. Last week he met the Bucks, and this was the payoff. This was the payoff. He was just.
But the question I have for you,
that, but I had time to die. You're 3,000 miles away.
No, because I don't know who punches were slower. Was it Ric Flair's punches or was it Chris Jericho's punches on Atlantis Jr. in a top turnbuckle where he was like,
don't do that.
Ric Flair,
don't do that. It's Ric Flair. Ric Flair thought he threw 117 punches. Eric threw one.
Time was moving backwards when Ric Flair was
when people say reverse flash, that's what I think about. I see Ric Flair's punches.
So, Marcus, my question for you though, because I tried to call you hadn't watched NXT yet. How did you feel about that Dijak Luca Crucifino match? Because I had no idea when the guy told him last week that you cannot lock people up. That was the lawyer, and I know you were the only fan I know who was a lawyer, and he had to fight Dijak. Marcus, what do you think of that?
As I told Manny on the show, and I'm going to bring this up again, I was wrong. I was wrong about the lawyer gimmick. I was 100% wrong about the lawyer gimmick, and I owe you guys an apology for this. But I only feel like I'm wrong because I thought he was too good of a wrestler to be stuck in such a shitty gimmick. I'm okay with bad gimmicks, but I don't like him on people who I think actually has potential. And when I saw him in the ring, I was like, you know what? He has a little potential here, and he shouldn't be stuck wearing slacks and dress shoes in his wrestling match.
I think he's also going to join the family as well.
I think he might join the family. I can see that happening.
Or he could also Italian?
Or he could also
because there was a point, do you know, when they were in the restaurant where he was he divulging his plan.
And he told him to make.
He told him get him.
Yeah, get him.
And he was referring to the lawyer.
Oh,
yeah. At least that's what I think he was talking about.
Oh, okay.
And how do you feel, Manny? How do you feel about NXT giving us the meat versus meat match that AEW promised with Gigi Dolan versus Jada Parker? I mean, that's what that match was right there, boy. I was like, oh, okay.
Can you explain to me why Ava was very quick to shut down any talk about World Star?
I don't know, because she knows she would never be featured on World Star. And as I told Marcus in the situation, Jada Parker was right, because when Gigi tried to tell her the lie was outside, no, if you make it inside the office, you made the lie. So Gigi was second in line.
You broke in. That's against the rules.
Doesn't matter. You in there, and she didn't do that.
My real argument is Gigi ain't going nowhere. Jada Parker may be business.
I don't know how I feel about the Heritage Cup with Charlie Dempsey winning. I don't know. I didn't feel right.
It's his heritage.
I know, but at the same time,
American.
No, let me tell you something. I just thought that something was wrong when Noam Dar only came out with Aura Mensa. I was like, what's going on, guys? What is this?
Well, Lash and Jakari had their business earlier.
I know, but they could have still walked out. I mean, because the catch crew, the North Quarter, they was dirty. Like the one shot that he did on No Arm, I was like, no, baby, that's not the right way to do it.
Cheating.
They cheated.
Arm is not enough, and he never will be. He never will be.
So Manny,
he's main man Mensa.
And then Tony D then finagle his way to try to get a title shot again.
He didn't deserve that. You know that for a fact. The way he finagled himself into it, I was like, what have you done since lose those tag team titles?
But Manny, at the
he
same
almost
time,
put Chase U out of business. That's almost Manny. They kicked out on 2.
But let me also point out Melo, but he has just as much claim as Melo does. Melo hasn't really done nothing either.
Well, he was in the Dusty tournament. He did the Dusty tournament and involved in the drama. The whole thing is, I thought the Don had a good move of the security guards. This is why you hire suspended NYPD officers, I'm assuming, because you don't know who you fucking with these guys. Just leave. As Tony D'Angelo just looks at him. It's like, what the hell?
So, Marcus, my question for you, going back to what I'm going to consider an AEW Revolution preview in this situation, if AEW Revolution was only $19.99 or even $9.99, would you have paid the money to see Sting's last match if you didn't have to go to work?
Yeah, I would.
What about you, Manny?
Reasonable price.
Mark,
Manny not giving a fuck about history, because you're not only if you charge the price of $19.99, Aaron, you're not only getting Sting's retirement, but you're also getting a AEW card that's probably going to be decent. You're probably going to have a decent show. It's always a good pay-per-view, good time with pay-per-views. Sometimes. So Mark,
what matches do you think people should look forward to for the Revolution card? Do you think that the triple threat match for the championship is going to be a good match? Do you think Swerve is going to become the first African-American champion in AEW, the quickest in history?
It's not the quickest in history. TNA, you got R-Truth, the TNA NWA title right away.
But the NWA title was around a lot longer. Like AEW is
a more prestigious title.
But it was TNA's title. You know what that NWA title represents. I'm just saying.
It still counts.
However, I don't think Swerve is going to win this match. I don't think it makes sense. It doesn't make sense for him to win and win a triple threat match, and Joe being this transitional champion to only transition to Will Ospreay basically winning in Wembley. That's basically where we're going with this. It seems like so. I'm assuming Joe's going to keep it up until Wembley, where Ospreay and Joe will have to fight. I don't know why. I don't know why it's a triple threat. I would have rather seen the singles match again, but whatever.
When I look at this card, the match that I think could probably be the show stealer probably is Takeshita versus Ospreay.
Oh, it's going to tear the roof down.
That was just thrown on a thing, so you might have to go to YouTube. But oh my God, they have an all-star scramble match.
That's the meaty men match that they had to cancel because Miro and Jesus were injured or something.
But the thing about this, though, apparently according to Wikipedia, which may not be right, but if they win this match, they get an AEW World Championship match. So you have Jericho, you have Warlow, you have Hobbs, you have Lance Archer, wherever he's been. You have Hook, you have Cage, you have Magnus, and you have Dante Martin.
Magnus
of CMLL.
Yeah.
Oh. Not to be confused with Raw or SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis. That dude scooped that name up quick. You ain't using that no more? You mind if I have that? You mind if I get a little bit of that Magnus? That's a good name. It'd be a shame if no one uses it.
I can only imagine this is for Wardlow to win this scramble match to continue the storyline of him taking the title, right?
And giving it to MJF?
And give it to Adam Cole?
Adam Cole?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think Christian Cage versus
Daniel Garcia. Eric, did you watch Dynamite last week?
I did.
So the whole Wardlow promo of him going, "This is my time. No one gives me opportunities," and all this stuff. What was your point on that? It's like you've already agreed to when you win this title, you're gonna hand it over to the
Manny,
tiny man.
It just seems like it's like with his first promo when he made his return, where he was blaming everybody for him not getting title shots and shit. Like I don't know what world Wardlow lives in, but he's making bad decisions for himself. He keeps aligning himself with manipulative men. He aligned himself with MJF, who manipulated him. Now he's aligned himself with Adam Cole, who has manipulated him. It's his own fault.
The problem is here.
Yeah, you make it sound like someone that's going through multiple bad divorces. He keep aligning himself with bad men. He might be a divorced woman. If you could just get to the good men instead of going to these bad boys, you'd just be okay, Wardlow.
Yeah, I mean that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like.
But Wardlow was stuck 3 years ago when he was actually on top of the world and breaking up with MJF and stuff. But it's kind of just there. And okay. I would like to declare the Undisputed Kingdom is dead, but even though I think they're going to win everything, Wardlow's going to win this match, and Roddy Strong is probably beating your boy Orange Cassidy, which I think is going to be a good match, but the build to it has been shit.
It's been one-sided. It's all Orange Cassidy. Just
it's not even building.
It doesn't have anything to do with Roderick Strong.
Can I also say,
Taven is his boy, so that has something to do with it. But
I would like to go back to NXT real quick and say it's nothing better than having Booker T back hating on black tag teams when he was hating on Malik, and that was hilarious to me.
Yeah, but I enjoyed him struggle during the KJ battle.
The war of the KJs.
Deanna James.
Or as I like to call the Black History Month Classic #3.
Marcus, what about
your one of 2024?
What about your boy AJ Francis? Marcus claiming that he's gonna have the best match in TNA by a person named AJ ever. Talk about a great way to troll the audience.
Hey, why not? Why not? I would come out to AJ's old music too. I'd troll completely. I support it.
Oh, Eric, I need to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Manny. I'm here.
What version of Lexus King did you get this week? The good version or the bad version?
Yeah, we gotta know.
We gotta know.
I like Lexus this week.
Oh, what the hell?
I like horrible. Lexus. Like I said, when Lexus come out in his throne and he had his match, and I was just like, all right,
He's bad Lexus King this week.
It's one of those things with Lexus King. It's still better than when he was Brian Pillman Jr., but it's only so much you can really do with this guy. Like, the thing about Lexus King, he needs to have less wrestling matches and more backstage manipulative things. That's what he needs to be doing more right now. I also was pointing out that there was a lot of black on black crime. You had Kalani versus Kiata, which I thought was a good match. Like, there's a lot of good stuff that's going on.
Say, finish that sentence.
A lot of good stuff going on NXT.
Sean Spears.
Well, we also got the return of the Ken.
A lot of good things going on NXT, and I took it all away by saying one man's name.
Let me tell you something. I actually blocked that shit out. Let me hold my microphone right now. Let me tell you something, WWE. There's one thing to put Ava on the mic.
You not hold your microphone. You're
I'm holding my mic.
No, we hear it. We hear your fingers.
Oh, I didn't hear that. That's the frustration I have. It's one thing to have Ava running NXT, but then to give me a Japanese proverb when Okada's a free agent, have me thinking that was going to lead to Okada coming to NXT, to find out that's just going to be fucking Sean Spears. He couldn't even come back as Ty Dillinger, but fucking Sean Spears, no one gives a fuck about Sean Spears. The only shining light that I got out of this situation is like, maybe we could have a reunion of the Iconics, but however, they out there having babies, so they might not be the Iconics that we know. Sean Spears and his pink suit and everything was so stupid. I pray that Ridge Holland hurt Sean Spears so WWE can say,
"Oh my God,
that's too far." That man is a father. That's too far.
So
someone has to make money in their household, Eric.
She can open up an OnlyFans
household right now.
I mean, Sean Spears is like somebody they brought back. I'm like, man, we brought him back.
I don't understand why you wanted to call him Ty Dolla $ign.
Vultures, man.
But instead you called him Ty Dillinger.
So first of all, Marcus, I will point out that you're giving me bad Lexus King this week. He fought Von Wagner. I had to go remind myself of that. You can't really do much with Von Wagner.
You can't do much with either.
Either's a tough sell for me. That's why you can't say the state of NXT is in a good place right now. There's good stuff. There's stuff that happens. Robin Joy.
There's a lot more good things happening on NXT than Lexis King and Von Wagner. I mean, they're trying.
Can I point out that if I'm Tatum Paxley, I'm really upset that Bobby Ward was a tag team title match with the Kabuki Warriors when all she was looking for was sex.
No, she's not gonna be upset because Marcus.
She was looking for something more.
Marcus, she's touching Lyra's hand in order to get to the match part. It's gonna be some kiki shit with that tag match. I already know. Also, shout out to my boy Briggs and Jensen. Is he Jensen or is he Briggs? I can't remember. But I think it's Jensen. My boy Jensen stepping up trying to be a man and challenging people to titles shots and shit. He don't deserve a title shot.
You're gonna die.
But he don't deserve it. He don't,
Uncle Philby's gonna kill him.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking about. I actually liked Seth's outfit this week. I know I was in a minority in that situation. I don't know why. Matt Riddle being the champion in New Japan. I don't know how I feel about that. I used to be a Matt Riddle fan, but
you don't watch New Japan, so why does it affect you?
It does for some reason. I don't know why it does though, but it does.
I feel bigger story is TNA, in which Mustafa Ali is now the X Division champion, which I accept that, and I'm
glad you accept it.
I also accept that was a really good sign that they signed Alexander Hammerstone. I thought that's a good pickup for them, and he looks like a major league player to fight Moose, and then that would be an epic clash. I'm glad. Hopefully, that's what we're paying to see.
Well, I know that because they also announced like last week that they re-signed Josh Alexander, and I guess now they got Hammerstone.
they forced the pay. They had an option. And he was upset that they re-signed him in that option.
So was his wife.
Yeah, like they were like, "What? No, why? What touch free agency?"
So, what did you guys think of the rumors that Tama Tonga has signed with WWE? That was an interesting and just out of the blue signing. But I mean, I think it's like 2 years later than when I thought it was going to happen.
The main question I have is he going to go into the bloodline, or are they going to try and make this Bullet Club thing work for one final time?
But is Haku part of the bloodline? I don't think they're part of the bloodline.
They're tonguing. I think they still acknowledge each other as cousins because somehow Snooker's involved. I don't honestly know how their family works. I don't know how their family works anymore, but I believe I would put Tama Tonga with Gallows and Anderson just because they're on NXT.
Can I tell you guys this right now?
We're going to do with this guy.
I feel like the elders of the bloodline should be furious with The Rock for putting the whole damn the map, because then we saw that everything didn't connect, and then you tell me that this bloodline is more of a blood oath by hands. Like it wasn't like
technically, if it is a blood oath, technically Jimmy Fly should be part of this bloodline.
Jimmy Fly,
because he's a murderer.
Do you guys think Okada shows up on Saturday? I mean on Sunday?
No, I think he's turning up on. I think
Big
he's turning
Business.
Up on Dynamite. No, yeah. I think Big Business is Monet, but I think next Wednesday, which we're obviously we're missing the Thursday show. I think Okada's going to be on that Dynamite.
I got him showing up on both Big Business. Them both showing up at Big Business. I don't have it any other way. Like if you're going to do it big. So,
do you like Tommy Dreamer being in charge of creative for TNA?
Tommy Dreamer has come out and said he's not in charge of TNA.
Oh, okay. So that was okay. Thank God. I was worried. I
didn't carry it away.
Oh.
They need to bring back Scott DeMore. I don't understand why we got the TNA roster doing protests online, posting time clocks and shit. They have a full protest going on. They sent letters to TNA. They sent the Hourglass and their Twitter. They have a full on protest going on. And this is maybe the first year.
Bring him back, so I don't know why they're doing it.
I don't know. Maybe they got more. Maybe it all starts with they all no show the same show.
So I'm at least trying to make this show go 60 minutes, to give people a little bit worth their time for 1 hour. Manny, my question for you: do you feel that Will Ospreay has a good chance of being successful in AEW? Because I think some of the signings Like AEW has their signings and then they just disappear. Do you think he can be the one that actually becomes the star that they need him to become?
I think so, but when all their other stars return, I think he's going to slip into the mid card of Doom, which is inevitably what happens there, because there's so many people in AEW that could be in that main event scene, but they're not.
Like,
and
do you think
the concern for him is this is a big choice for him, and WWE would have probably focused on him a lot more. With AEW, there's so many people you could focus on that I feel like once his main title picture is done, is it going to be like the women's division where he's one in and then we don't see him for a while?
Marcus, you wanted to say something?
I'm going to say Will Ospreay is going to probably fill in the Kenny Omega spot of like every now and then he's just going to give you bangers and he's not going to actually be champion. Kenny was champion, but you know what I mean? Like at post Kenny championships, like, oh, he's just going to have random matches because the title, it's too many people going around that could be champion right now. You still have that Adam Cole MJF situation.
You got the Okada debut pending. It's a lot of stuff that could deter.
Yeah, Okada was he gonna take it back?
Yeah, where do you put Okada when you've got a Will Ospreay in there? It's a very strange situation to have.
This is a true comment. Guys. JK says AEW is where New Japan Pro Wrestling stars disappeared. Jay White, for example. I mean, like Jay White, before he came there, he was actually a coveted free agent. Now he's in this 6-man Bang Club. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember.
Bang Scissor Gang.
The Bang Scissor Gang.
And it's just like, oh, this is where you want to be at, Jay White. Did Juice Robinson's injury really hurt you this much? Like, I don't understand. Like, if anything, maybe he should be the one fighting Orange Cassidy for this international title. Like, that's
a step down for him.
But at least it's some relevance. Step down for him. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I guess since trying to stretch out for an hour, I did enjoy.
But before you go to this, I just want to ask, who's your champion of AEW? If you had a chance to put the belt on anybody right now in their company, who's your champion?
Based on current booking or based in general?
Just in general. If you're running with that company right now, because Samoa Joe's currently the champion, well, you have all these top guys.
You put it on the hottest thing, or you'd put it on Swerve. Swerve is the hottest thing in the heavyweight division at this moment in time.
And the sad part about it, his momentum is actually dying down. Like, I don't know what then happened, but Swerve would be my guess also. But I don't think it's like 3 weeks ago, Swerve was up here and he just moved down a little bit more. Like the promo segment this week didn't help him at all because it did not fit the character. The Swerve that I've known, the mogul, wouldn't give a fuck if this dude was pulling out. He would never get himself into the ring and be all apologetics like, oh, I did some heinous things. Like, he would never admit his fault. So that's why I didn't understand why they deviated from his character to begin with. It just made no sense to me. Like, one thing I can say about Samoa Joe is a consistent character. You know who Samoa Joe is. He's an asshole. He's going to beat them all up. That's what he's going to do.
So who would you put it on?
Well, I'm just currently... Like, I kind of agree with you guys with Swerve, but I don't think he's a bigger star than any of the other people that they're bringing in. Whether it's Okada or Ospreay, or if you bring up even Bryan Danielson, I'm just saying I would rather have it on some of those guys. Or even if MJF is coming back, I'd rather have it on him than actual Swerve. So I think all these people that knock Swerve down, even though I would prefer Swerve, but I don't know where he would be featured on the show if he was champion.
If I could get my way, I would hope that Tony would sign those suspended officers and make them the new trios champion in AEW, just to have Marcus even more upset. One thing WWE was doing that I did not see coming, that I'm intrigued by it for WrestleMania. I don't know if it's a WrestleMania match, but I did like Chad Gable going backstage talking to Adam, talking about he wanted to have that match against Gunther. I mean, I know there was a lot of talk of who Gunther could fight, whether it be Brock Lesnar at one point to who was it? Was it Randy? I'm not sure, but I think him and Chad can really tear the house down. And do you let Chad defeat Gunther at WrestleMania, trying to give him that next level start? Because I think Chad, to his credit, despite his size and everything, he has done magic with the little bit of time that he's gotten with the Alpha Academy. Marcus, I go to you first.
Well, I don't know if it's Chad Gable. It was everybody this week calling out for the Intercontinental title. It wasn't
Yeah.
just Chad Gable. It was multiple people.
I
Even
thought he
Sammy had a conversation.
Sammy
Dominic
had
Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio
Ooh, that's a
staring
good one,
down at
though.
Gunther. So they have all these people staring down at Gunther, and it just seems like it's going to lead to a multi-person match where I believe Gunther will probably retain of some kind.
Could you see them having doing like the 2-night thing where you have the qualifying match and then the winner faces
I
Gunther?
suggested that on Tuesday. It was like you have the multi-person match, and then the winner faces Gunther the next night. But it seems like there's too much going on at WrestleMania already because of the Rock stuff. It's like Bayley's already lost her main event because of this tag match that's being proposed.
I don't think Bayley was ever getting that main event.
No, Mr. Roy, you're in the Royal Rumble, you get a main event.
You kind of do.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't care. That's not my main event. Io and Bayley. I respect both of them women as wrestlers.
Io don't never defend her title.
Rhea and Becky. Hold on, Rhea and Becky is the bigger match, and so I would go with that. If there was a women's night one main event, I would go Rhea Becky over Rhea deserves a main event anyway for WrestleMania. She is one of the bigger stars in the company. She's in the top 6, if not 5, biggest stars in the company. So
I do think Manny is right, though. I think Bianca and Jay going against the Kabuki Warriors would be a really good WrestleMania moment for, like, I think a credible team, and then have that today. Whatever. Okay, if you said it did too, Vargas, whatever. I give Manny all your credit. Y'all look so much alike. I get confused sometimes. I do.
How?
Well, that time Manny went blackface.
that one time Manny kept saying the N-word, and I just didn't know what to say. I mean, the lower matches for WrestleMania is shaping up because I'm pretty sure we're gonna have LA Knight versus AJ. That's gonna be a match.
That seems like that's gonna happen on SmackDown before.
I don't know. I feel like you're gonna give AJ a WrestleMania match in this situation.
I feel like because LA Knight did not get a WrestleMania match last year, they're gonna throw him on there this year.
I see. Look, even J.K. Switch said make the Chad Gable a Rocky IV type situation.
Yeah, but it only makes sense if you do that at the Germany
who
show.
We killing? Yeah, who we killing?
And then on top of that, like, when does Damian Priest cash in his Money in the Bank at Seth at the tag?
I'm tired of this man. He needs to lose that at some point.
No, but like, hear me out.
There's no reason for him to just use it.
He get his ass beat up, in a tag match with The Rock and stuff. He comes out, cashes it, and then the main event the next night WrestleMania is Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, because Damian Priest is the champion.
No, I want The Rock to big league him and take his briefcase away from him, and then end of night 2, The Rock is the world undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Manny. Now you're sounding like Tony Khan. At one point, I'm tired of Rock. Now you're trying to give him the Money to Bank too?
Because Priest ain't doing anything with it.
Let him take his time. It's not the right time, Manny. Who's he gonna right now? If he were to cash in, who's he cashing in on? Roman? I'm not fucking with them people.
He's had multiple times to do it.
Manny, can I ask a question though? Okay, since you
I don't want that title, Manny. I don't want that title.
He seems very passionate.
I want Roman's title. I don't want the secondary title. Marcus, I want Roman's title, and it's gonna be vulnerable whenever Cody finishes his story.
I have a question, Marcus. This is a question for the Lordship himself. Manny, you seem very upset with Senor Money in the Bank. Where would you rank him in the Money in the Bank holders of the past? Is he at the top of worst ones? Oh, he's choked up right now. I'll give you. It's better than Baron Corbin's.
He's better than Baron Corbin.
Okay. What about Mr. Kennedy?
Did he really? Can you really say he deserved it because he lost his briefcase?
Well, Damien Sandow.
Damn, Marcus, I forgot about him.
He's terrible. He's a terrible briefcase holder.
Miz.
I mean, Miz is better than him.
Marcus, don't still disrespect the Miz. He was locked in that locker room for an hour. No one knows why he was locked in that locker room. Nobody could kick the damn door down. Greatest story in wrestling. No, the greatest story in wrestling. You know who I need to get a moment at WrestleMania? And this is my last thing. WWE, this man, for what he's done for WWE and all the moments of happiness that he's provided for us from his bootleg merchandise, not talking about you, Wes, R-Truth needs to have a WrestleMania match. I don't care what type of match he's in, but he needs to have a match that's not a battle royal.
He's more of a character than a wrestler. Like, I don't... Like, I proposed this earlier.
You act like he has a bad match.
Would you give R-Truth a world title shot? I believe I proposed that to Manny.
No,
at one point.
If it was an NXT, I would. I have him fight Obafemi.
So you want him to die?
Yeah. R-Truth take a good ass whooping like everybody. He takes a really good ass whooping.
Obafemi has already said, send somebody, but you better hope you... But just don't send somebody you want back.
Yes. Which is some cold shit to say. Like, damn.
So, Betty, okay, as JK Sports said, would you be disappointed if see your money being casted in on Ilya?
I would. You don't go lower. I just think you don't go lower. You don't go to the Intercontinentals or the US title or the NXT title and think you done did something.
Well, didn't Austin Theory use his briefcase on the US
title? Exactly. On the US title. Nobody wants that.
But at the same time, I understood his decision.
What else was I going to do? What was I going to do? The man's flanked by everybody. He's not here half the time. Every time I'm trying to cash in, that man has just beat the shit out of me.
Well, you know, I think we have I prolonged and stuff. Manny needs to go get some more rest. Maybe take some NyQuil. I think they have NyQuil in England, but they probably don't because there's so many.
It's called Night Nurse.
Oh, they're cute.
Oh. that sounds like somebody take care of you.
But Night Nurse take care of you.
Dude, that sounds like, hey man, you got that night nurse? No, we ain't calling that 1-800 number again. Get your head out the gutter. I want my night nurse, Mom. No. Anyway, I took that to a whole nother level of nastiness.
That's you normally do.
I don't. You guys accuse me of being disrespectful of women, and I don't think I was this week. I think I was actually very good this week.
You didn't talk about anybody because you avoided talking about women's wrestling in general than the Naomi situation. I didn't hear anything about the Sky Blue. The Sky Blue Statlander match.
Because Marcus, I didn't talk about that match, Marcus, because that whole segment made no fucking sense of Stokely Hathaway trying to get Statlander in line. It just made no sense, Marcus.
Watch your Rampage collision. Watch your Rampage and collision.
And then on top of that, Marcus, Sky Blue has been a goal for I don't know how long. She still ain't any better in the ring.
Sky Blue ain't bingo. She on every single week on every single show.
Well, she ain't on none of the shows I watch. No.
She was on Dynamite this week.
I know this one, but before then,
she's been consistently on Dynamite. She's always been someone's opponent. She was Diana Peralta's opponent the week before they injured Madison Rayne.
Deanna didn't make it this week. She didn't make it this week, y'all.
Yeah, that's why you had no women shaming this week, Eric.
Oh, I didn't shame her last week. I told you Shantae did that. That was not me.
You can't use your wife as your advocate.
No, I told my wife.
I'm not women shaming. My wife said, imagine a white man when a black wife talking about, I didn't say anything bad about black men today. My wife did.
I did like Nia Jax this week on Raw.
My wife called her the N-word.
She came out with her blowed out hair. She was out there kicking ass. Nia Jax really turned her life around. I still can't believe she's 39 years old. That still had me kind of confused. I didn't know she was 39. But then you look at it. Then you look at it and be like, I guess she is 39. I was just so confused. She's been around
about 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the math started mathing when you think about it, but for whatever reason, I don't really think that the women are old. Like, I'm assuming Bex is closer to 40 now.
Well, because Mr. Man used to get them out in their 20s. How old are you? Get the fuck out of here. You're 28. That was a full Leonardo DiCaprio. There's a Leonardo DiCaprio cap.
The only old one he kept bringing back was Miss Jackie until she aged out. It was like, we can't bring Miss Jackie back no more, man. She's too old.
What are you talking about? He hanged around to Moolah and the other one for ages.
Until one of them died.
That's old kinks.
Because Manny, knowing how Vince was, him and Moolah and they had some weird, passionate, crazy sex.
Or trafficking together.
That could be it too.
They have that in common.
All right, let's end the show.
I just hope I don't come back
Finish
next
the story.
Saturday and find out that Roderick Strong is a champion. I don't think he needs to have any type of go.
Roddy's going to be the champ. No, Roddy's going to be a champion. Joe's going to retain. Eddie Kingston is going to lose to Bryan Danielson. And I don't know what other title matches are happening, but
come on, Cody, my deep this shit. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Sharpshooters podcast. I'm Eric.
I'm the very ill Lord Manny Hayes.
And Marcus
Marcus the grand finale. And still the investigation will continue. NYPD, I'm coming for you, brother. They're going down.
Well, I don't have any fancy closing graphics, so I just put this ugly ass shirt up. See you guys next week. Stay sharp. We out.
You point at me, Rock. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
The USFL is not going to work just like the XFL, the USFL, whatever merge in these football. They never work. But I do enjoy him watching and me feel thankful for every quarterback
the next few
that I have.
Fail, Rock.
Your daughter's a bad GM.